Hello friends, this is Anand Pai from Academy in Pursuit of Engineering Excellence. Today we will continue our series on fluid mechanics, in that chapter 2, and in that we will talk more on center of pressure, and we will relate center of pressure and center of gravity with the stability of a rocket. Okay, so list of formulas which we had done last time is delta P is equal to rho GH, which is hydrostatic law. We had taken the force, the total force, total pressure force is equal to rho G sine theta x bar, which is distance of the centroid along this inclined line into the area of the inclined surface, and F is equal to rho G h bar A. H bar is this distance, okay, vertical distance. Similar way, xp, that is the position of the center of pressure, okay, along this direction, was given by Iyy by x bar A, and xp can also be written as Iyy is nothing but Igy. Igy is the axis which is passing through the center of gravity, okay. Iyy is the axis which is passing through this line over here, okay. So xp is equal to Igy by x bar A plus x bar, okay. Here one thing happened, we applied the parallel axis theorem to get this particular formula, okay. So now let us go further. We will go more about inclination, okay. So here we have xp is equal to Igy plus x bar. This is the formula which we have. Now h is equal to x sine theta, or x is equal to h by sine theta. So now hp by sine theta, that is h to the this is height of the center of pressure, can be written as Igy divided by h bar sine theta. Wherever x is there, we are putting h bar sine theta into A, plus wherever x bar is there, we will put x bar sine theta. So now this happens to be hp is equal to Igy sine square theta by h bar into A plus h bar. This is a formula which is very important in solving a number of gate problems, okay. So now let us continue with this. Now when the plate is horizontal, hp is equal to h bar. That means this plate has to go horizontal this way, okay. When the plate is horizontal, hp is equal to h bar, and when the plate is vertical, sine square theta, theta becomes 90, sine theta is equal to 1. It becomes Igy h bar by h bar A plus h bar, okay. This is very important in solving problems which comes in a number of competitive exams, okay. Now let us see further. We will see how we will understand the center of pressure and center of gravity in case of two simple things, okay. We have xp is equal to Igy x bar A plus x bar, okay. So now here we say that the depth, this G and P, as we go below, how it varies we will see, okay. Now xp can be equal to, in case of a circle, Igy is pi d power 4 by 64, and x bar is x bar, and A is pi d square by 4 plus x bar. Now this comes as xp is equal to d square 16 x bar plus x bar, okay. Now here you see that as we go below, as x bar increases, this value over here, the value which is represented by, I will say here, I will go for the pointer, okay. So the x bar which is represented, this is in the denominator, you see. So now what is happening is, as we go down below and below, the difference between G and P reduces. The difference between G and P reduces. So more the depth, this value reduces. That means P approaches G as we go to the infinite depth, okay. Similar thing happens in the rectangle. So this particular type of thing we can keep in mind. It will be helpful in some of the competitive exam, the questions. This will help us, okay. Next, xp can be equal to, in case of rectangle, it is bd cube by 12, d is this side, okay, plus x bar bd into x bar. When we do that, we get xp is equal to d square by 12 x bar plus x bar. Now this is also important thing which we have to keep in mind, okay. So if I go for pointer option, I will go for pen, okay. Now here this is also an important formula that we have to keep in mind, okay. And here see, when we go deeper, the rate of change of this distance, the rate at which P comes near G, is more in case of our circle than in the case of rectangle. These two things we have to keep in mind. Okay, these are something extra which can help us in solving some of the problems, as well as it will give us some understanding of the physics. Okay, so now let us go further. Now we will see one of the applications, which is center of pressure and rocket stability. How center of pressure influences the stability of the rocket. Okay, now rocket is a submerged body inside air. Okay, so it will have center of gravity and center of pressure. Now you may ask, sir, why is that center of gravity as at the top nor at the bottom? Generally what happens, in the rockets, it is made nose heavy. Okay, nose heavy it is made to make G bigger than P. It is purposefully made nose heavy. Why is that? It is made nose heavy because it will help in stability. It will not roll. Okay, there are three types of motions which can happen. One of the things is it can roll like this. It can roll this way. This is called a row. Then there is called yaw. Okay, it can yaw. Okay, or it can pitch in this direction. Okay, it can pitch in this direction. So there is roll, yaw and pitch. Now this pitch and yaw is the same actually for this circular cross section rocket. Okay, so now what happens, this is what we have to arrest. Okay, so now if we have to arrest these two things, how do we go further, we will see. Okay, now how does this center of gravity and center of pressure influences the stability, and how does it make this yaw and pitch to be pitch and yaw movements, it will restrict, we will see. Now whenever a rocket goes up, the main problem is with the wind. Okay, now when there is a approaching wind which comes somewhere here, so what is the main trouble here? The main trouble when there is an approaching wind is that it will make the rocket to slide this side. Now when it is sliding this way, where is the center of gravity acting? Center of gravity, the weight is acting on center of gravity, which is downwards, which is W, and the center of pressure acts in this direction. This is the center of pressure. On the center of pressure, this is the total pressure force which is acting. Now you observe this particular one and this particular one tries to counteract. Here what happens? Yes, so this weight is acting here, this is acting here. Now these two makes the rocket to go the other way around. So what is happening? Because of these two forces, if you see in terms of this line, this is trying to get it back. Okay, this happens when center of pressure is below the center of gravity. In case center of pressure was lower than center of gravity, then what happens? When this moves on the other side, for example, if center of pressure is here, center of gravity is over here. Now what would have happened? This is a stabilizing force. You see, center of gravity acts as a pivot. This tries to make it to go other way around. Whereas if the center of gravity was below and center of pressure was here, when there is a change when there is a wind coming, this center of pressure will make it, the force acting on the center of pressure will make it to destabilize more. So if instead of G being here, if it was here and this was this side, then what happened? What happens? This rocket will still become unstable and will start doing somersaults. Okay, this is the main intention why center of pressure is always below the center of gravity in rockets. Very, very important. It's always nose heavy. So I hope you have understood something new here. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon so that you will get the notification of new videos, and kindly follow this, because I will be doing all the fluid mechanics. The whole course I will do within a 1 year of span. I will do the full course on fluid mechanics. So kindly follow this, and if you like the video, please like the videos, and any suggestions or doubts you can give it on the comments. Thank you very much. Best of luck.